Welcome to Flash Basics, Tutorial 25, Movie Clips and/or Buttons Hit. I have the CS5 program opened. I'm going to start a new FLA. Keep the default settings, in my case ActionScript 3. Okay. This first layer I want to make and call square, S-Q-U-A-R-E, and I'm going to pick up my rectangle tool, and somewhere on the stage I'm just going to make a square. Hold my shift down and make a blue square. Pick my selection tool, highlight it, modify it, convert it to a symbol. I'm selecting movie clip, call it square, S-Q-U-A-R-E _MC. While it's still selected, open my properties panel and give it that instance name, SQUARE _MC. Lock that layer, insert another layer, pick up the oval tool this time. It's up here with the rectangle tool, oval tool. Pick up a red fill and hold the shift down and make a circle. I can see it's got a square around it, so it's selected. Modify, convert it to a symbol. Movie clip is still selected. And ball, B-A-L-L _MC. Okay. Open the properties panel, give it an instance name, B-A-L-L _MC. So I have two movie clips. And I want to point out at this time that these will work equally well if they were made buttons. Select this layer and call it ball, B-A-L-L. Lock that layer. Insert another layer, call it actions or ActionScript, A-S, and open the actions panel. Right here on the actions panel, I'm going to type in this code, type. And it's a standard if. If you've seen the previous two tutorials, you'll know the format. IF turns purple, open bracket. There's the ball movie clip, capital B-A-L-L _MC. Then there's a period, and here's the code. Hit test object, small h, capital T, capital O. That will turn blue. Open bracket. There's the square movie clip, capital S-Q-U-A-R-E _MC. Close bracket. This bracket is for this one. This closed bracket is for the if statement. Then I got my open curly bracket. Then when I start to type anything after the open curly bracket, this bracket usually comes in automatically. And in this case, I'm going to trace, T-R-A-C-E. That turns blue. Open bracket, end quotation, square, hits, red ball, close quotation, close bracket, semicolon, and my curly bracket. Now, they're not hitting right now, so I can't trace anything when I run the program. So go back to the main timeline. I'm locking all the panels, all the layers. I'm unlocking the ball layer, picking up my selection tool, and I'm taking it and making sure that the ball is on top of the square, or vice versa. You could have done the other way. Now when I test it, it will trace hit, that hit statement. Control, test my movie. First of all, see if I got any errors. I got no errors, but it is tracing, and only once, that the ball and the square hit, but it only traced it once. And to prove that that's working, we'll take it off. We'll just test it again, and this time no trace. So we know that works, but it only worked once. So let's go back into the actions layer, and we want this to happen more than once. So click at the very beginning of this action script, put in an enter sign, go back up here and type in this code. And this code is going to let this happen over each time it enters this frame, and we're at a rate of 24 frames per second, so 24 times a second it will come through and do this program for us. So it starts off stage, S-T-A-G-E, small s, that'll turn blue, period. Add event listener, you've done them before. Small a, capital E, capital L, that'll all turn blue. Open bracket, capital E-V-E-N-T, period, that's blue. Enter, underscore frame, all that is capitals. E-N-T-E-R, underscore F-R-A-M-E, that's all capitals. There's a comma, and I'm calling it each frame, capital E, capital F, close bracket, semicolon, and here's the function, F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. I copied each frame and paste it in here. I'm giving it a little e. There's an open bracket before the little e. Colon, event, E-V-E-N-T, close bracket, colon void. There's my open curly bracket for this function. That's the if statement that I already had here, and after that last curly bracket there, and this may come in automatically for you. You may already have that, but there should be two curly brackets here. Now, 24 times a second, it's going to say that they've hit. So let's go back to the main timeline. Let's select that ball. I have my layer unlocked. Let's put it on top of the square, and let's test this. And you can see it's hitting 24 times a second, because that's the frame rate, I believe. Yep, 24 times a second. Actions layer is selected. I'm going to open the actions panel again. And now we want this, we don't want this ball to be stuck on here all the time. We want to be moving it around in some manner. So after this first curly bracket in this add event listener here, right there, put an enter and type in this. Type. And it's a big one. We're going to start right here. Square underscore MC, capital S. That's the square movie clip. Period. It's another add event listener. So you can copy this add event listener and paste it here if you want. Open bracket. This is a mouse event. Capital M, capital E. Period. All this, mouse down. M-O-U-S-E underscore down. That's all capital letters. Comma. And I'm calling this drag square. D-R-A-G, capital S-Q-U, capital D, capital S, close bracket, semicolon. That's what I'm calling this function. Here's the function. So we got a function inside of a function. Here's the function, F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N, turns purple. I copied drag square and put it here. I typed in event, E-V-E-N-T. There's an open bracket before the word event. Colon, copy this mouse event, paste it here, close bracket, colon void. There's my open curly bracket for this function. There's my closed curly bracket for this function. And in between these two curly brackets, this is when I'm allowing the mouse to move that square. S-Q-U-A-R-E underscore MC, that was a capital S, period, start, drag, one word, small s, capital D, open and close bracket, semicolon, and it ends with a curly bracket. Now, you can copy this right up to there if you want, copy it, click on here and paste it because it's almost identical. This stage add event listener right up to here is exactly the same, except for mouse underscore up, UP, not down. But now we're calling it drop square. Up here we called it drag square. Now we're calling it drop square. So that's the only change here is drop. Naturally we got to change here to drop. Everything else is the same. Open curly bracket. This is the same. Now it's going to be stop drag. Up here it was start drag, but we're just changing it to stop drag. Small s, capital D. Open and close bracket, same thing. Semicolon, and there is the closed curly bracket for this particular function. So now, let's test this movie. It's touching now, so let's select that ball and move it off. Control test movie. No errors, or no errors, and it's not tracing. So now when I click on the square and move it around, as soon as I hit the ball, it's going to trace. And as long as it's hitting, it's going to trace. Let's come over here and clear this. You can clear that. And let's just hit it once if we can. Bang. Oh, that's as quick as I can go. Bang. Okay, let's clear this again. Now, I want you to notice, when we work with the ball, you'll see a square around the ball anytime we've worked with it when we're programming. So that actual square is the hit area. So if I take this and just go in here, even before I hit it, that's the not so good part of the hit. So if you didn't catch that, the square around, there's an invisible square, you can't see it, it's the hit area. And right there, bang, see I'm not hitting it, but it's registering a hit. Let's lock this ball layer, select the actions frame, frame 1 of the actions layer, open the actions panel, and right here where we're tracing, just go below that, and let's do something with this ball when we hit it. BALLL_MC period, and it's visible. VISIBLE, visible. It turns blue if it's spelled right. Equals false, FALSE, semicolon. Now what this will do, it'll make this ball disappear when we hit it with the square. Test the movie. We're not tracing anything. When it hits, we've traced and the ball has disappeared. Clear it. But you see, it's really still there. Keep that in mind. It's right there. Okay, it just makes it invisible. I think that's enough for this tutorial. I'm going to do a follow-up, Flash Basics Tutorial 26, Movie Clips, Inside Movie Clips, Hit. Hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you'll use what you learned.